Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing good. It is Saturday morning here, so I am just starting my morning with you with some coffee. And we are talking about emotions today. You have a do now and a check in your Nearpod. And just a couple of quick announcements. The Chalk and Wire subscription or whatever you call it, please remember that you will need this. We're going to start making sure that you submit to Chalk and Wire probably a week or two before the end of the semester. I had some issues last semester, and I really just want to get it done and over with so I don't have to keep going after students to turn in their Chalk and Wire assignments in summer. So please make sure you get Chalk and Wire through the bookstore. You'll have to call them, I'm guessing now, and I'm sorry you have to do this. It's a program thing, and but it is what it is right now. I wanted to check the syllabus with you just to show you the schedule one more time, and so we are here. We are talking about affect, which is emotions, March 31st. And so starting April 2nd, you will, so here you are right here. April 2nd, I won't post a lesson because you just have time to work on your midterm. And then you also have time April 7th. We are going to do a virtual class on the 9th. And so the 9th is instructional strategies. This last section of our course it goes by really fast, and it's all the practical stuff. It's instructional strategies, assessments, and classroom culture, learning environment, basically. So it's like putting all your theories to work. So I really do think having virtual classes will be good. However, if you can't make them to the virtual class, and that's just coming to Blackboard Collaborate Ultra on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:45, please don't worry. I know schedules are still crazy. I'm going to record the lessons and post them so you can hear discussion, which will be good, and you can see the slides. I'll post the slides, so do not worry if you can't make it. But I do ask if you can make it to please try. Yeah, I think it'd be good for everyone and everyone's motivation if you can. So that's that. Please make sure that you have the notes in front of you, at least so that you can take the notes on content that I've highlighted. So check out the note catcher. And then midterm 2, I'm going to post a list of other ideas besides the teaching philosophy that you might be into as well that other students have done. And so check out that in the module for midterm 2. And so we're going to get right into it. We left off on motivation, extrinsic and intrinsic, the cognitive and sociocultural factors in motivation, how your attributions and your expectations of learners matter, that stereotype effect, self-fulfilling prophecy that comes with our expectations of students. I cannot emphasize enough. And then those 7 big strategies and principles of motivation. And so today we're talking about affect with an A, and that just is a synonym for emotions. And so we're seeing how those play a role in our learning and cognition. We're going to talk about anxiety, which is good because I think a lot of us have questions about anxiety's role in the class and maybe in ourselves and our learning. So I put some extra information about anxiety in there for you. And we are talking about emotional intelligence today. So this class is so important for so many reasons. So just, our why for today, emotions matter and they affect learning. I mean, it's as simple as that. And so your success criteria, I hope that you're fully engaged. You're thinking about how this really relates to what you're going to do with students and really how complex emotions are in the classroom and those strategies to help support your learners. And so emotions matter for learning. And just a quick definition of affect with an A. These are your feelings, your emotions and moods that a learner brings to bear on a task. And they are a result of asking these 2 questions in green. So kids are going to ask, are my needs being met, and are my goals being accomplished? And within those questions, it's a very wide scale of answers, but that is what primarily will affect our students' learning through emotions. Are my needs being met? Are my goals being accomplished? This affect is also extremely influenced by hot cognition. I love this term. A lot of students love this term too. So it's just emotionally charged thoughts that aid learning. And so when you think of episodic memory, these are particular times in a particular place that have become a part of your memory, your long-term memory. It's memory of everyday events and a collection of your past personal experiences. So literally, students and ourselves take a moment in class and it becomes an imprinted part of our episodic memory, and it's very connected to what we were feeling in that moment too. So these are going to influence a lot of things, and thinking about how our past experiences can affect our motivation, how we feel when we walk into a class, how willing we are to learn from a teacher. This is huge. Cognitive dissonance, we've talked a lot about with Piaget, but it's that mental discomfort of a person who holds two or more contradictory beliefs, ideas, or values. So it's like, I have this value, but I also have this that I'm seeing, and they're really like, you're just at a loss. You're very unbalanced. It's that dissonance. And so just an example of that would be, well, a wider example would be climate change, where people know that there's this thing, climate change, that's happening, but what am I doing? Am I, is my plastic water bottle, I'm not helping this, or my recycling habits, or how much trash that I emit, or whatever it is. It's like, it makes you feel this type of way. It can make you feel guilty. It can make you feel negative. It can make you feel really like just at a loss and how to solve it. There's no like huge solution. So like they say, climate change is a good example, but also cognitive dissonance. When my kids came to school, one of you did a paper on this, actually, code switching. So they were used to more like roughhousing. They were just like played more rough at home. And then when they came to school, they took that to school. So there was this cognitive dissonance of, and also there was this idea that a lot of my students had, that you fight to protect yourself, which, is a very strong quality in students. But I had to they came to school thinking, I literally had a student say, Miss Parrots, if someone is, insulting my mom, she's telling me that I need to fight them. So you have this, and then I'm telling them, yes, I understand, and your mom is totally valid in what she's saying, but you're in school now. And when you're in school, there will always be a different way that you have to approach that problem. And so my kids experience this cognitive dissonance of like fighting in the classroom. And so that was interesting. I got a little off topic there, but so relations between affect and learning. So think about these instances. Just number one, I effectively tackled a challenging task because I enjoyed what I was doing. My successful efforts brought about feelings of excitement and pleasure and pride. I just finished a paper where super challenging, great content, and I walked away feeling great. And then there's also the second one, like I felt frustrated and anxious when I struggled to master new material. I eventually developed a dislike for the subject matter. So you definitely don't want to be the teacher for students who are feeling that way. And that's what this class is all about. And so, really thinking, what role did emotions play in your learning? I know I'm completing assignments today where I am just completely frustrated and I don't see worth in them. And it's affecting my learning. And I'm sure you understand that. And I hope this class isn't a part of that for you. But always reach out if something's too much for you right now in this time. But just some more about emotion.